My thing here. Hello, Mike Kako, and mahalo for joining today's Friday, February 4th, 1 p.m. AEN committee hearing in CR Committee Room 224 and also video conferencing, which includes the audio and video of remote participants that's being streamed live on YouTube. You'll find the links to viewing options for all Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the Ledge's website at capitol.hawaii.gov. And in the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 1:01 p.m. on Monday, February 7th, during our AEN via video conference time slot. And also a public notice will be posted on the Ledge's website. All testifiers, audio will be muted and video disabled until shortly before it's your turn to testify. And because of our 90-minute time limit, for each of the AEN hearings, there will be a 2-minute time limit for all testifiers, and we'll have a virtual countdown timer on the Zoom screen. So please be aware of the timer. I'll be announcing only the testifiers who will be providing testimony via Zoom. For the complete list of testifiers, along with all of the written testimony, please go to the legislature's website, and you'll find a link on the status page for the measure. We apologize if the closed captioning does not accurately transcribe the names. And our first bill on today's agenda is, actually we have 2 bills total on today's agenda, and then 3 bills we'll be doing decision-making on. But first, we need to take a short recess. The AEN committee is on a joint hearing with Water, Land, and Hawaiian committees on one bill at 1:05. So members, if you should have a link to the 1:05 hearing, so please join me. So we'll be back to this hearing in just a few minutes. Okay, aloha. Reconvening the 1 o'clock Friday, February 4th agenda for the AEN. I apologize for the delay, so we just have 2 bills on the agenda and 3 decision-making bills, so we should be okay. Starting off with SB 2288, it establishes a compost reimbursement program within the Department of Ag to provide reimbursements to farmers, ranchers, and landscapers when purchasing compost from a certified processor, dealer, retailer, or wholesaler licensed to do business in the state. It establishes a compost reimbursement program manager position. And let's see, our testifiers. Our first testifier is Phyllis Shibabukuro from Department of Ag.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. The department stands on its written testimony in support and commenting that we feel that we can administer the program with existing staff. Thank you.
Olin from Hawaii Farmers Union United.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, standing on our written support to establish a permanent program within the Department of Agriculture. Happy to answer any questions. Mahalo.
Brian, you there? I see you, but I don't hear you.
Sorry, Chair. Brian, here on behalf of the Hawaii Farm Bureau. We'll stand on a written testimony and support, Chair.
And that's it on the testifiers. Members, any questions? Okay. Moving on to, let's see here. SB 2297 relating to disposal of solid waste. It adds the forfeiture of a vehicle as a punishment for any vehicle used in the commission of illegal disposal of solid waste. And first up let's see here, is Kimiona Kane.
Not present, Chair.
Not present. Okay, that was the only testifier, so no questions on that one. And then as far as the, so moving into the decision making, members, I'm okay with just staying here instead of, you okay? Yeah, okay, good. Let's see here. Where are we? So as far as, we'll go in with the first measure, 13 in support, nobody testifying against it. So the chair's recommendation will be to pass this measure as is. Any discussion?
I'm sorry, which measure, or 2288, or are you going on the other agenda first?
Oh, I'm sorry, we're going with the first ones. Yeah, we'll go back to the today's measures, and then I'll go into the decision-making on the 3 deferred ones, okay?
So this is 2288.
2288, yes,
Okay,
correct.
great. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay, so on SB 2288, chair's recommendation will be to pass as is. Any discussion? Yes, Senator Ocasio.
I just had a question. If you're not ready for this kind of amendment, if you could at least put it in the committee report, just that it would be important to specify that this applies to only purchasing locally produced compost rather than something like off-island imported Home Depot, whatever, as opposed, so to really specify that we're talking about locally produced compost.
Okay. Okay, if it's all right with you, Senator Acosta, we will add that to the committee report, and that'll be helpful as we move along. Okay, so our vice chair is not present, so I'll be taking the vote. Chair votes aye on this measure. Vice chair is excused. Chair, Senator Rhodes.
Aye.
Senator Ocasio.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Thank you, members. The measure is adopted. Moving on to SB 2297. Okay. Chair's recommendation will be to pass this unamended. Any discussion? Chair votes aye. Of the members present, Senator Ocasio.
Sorry, Chair. Just wanted to clarify, does this relate, it says solid waste from a vehicle, but is it also included like littering and like what's the parameters of the disposal?
Let's see.
So is this like dumping on the side of the road? It doesn't really seem clear on that, but there was no one really to ask.
Yeah, it does. It's just solid waste, and it's yeah.
So that could that be like throwing a cup out the window potentially?
It seems like it based on yeah.
Yeah. That straight language. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I might have an issue.
Right. All right. So I'll go ahead and take the vote. Chair votes aye. Of the members present, are there any reservations? Are there
Reservations.
reservations for Senator Ocasio? Any no votes? Hearing none, the measure passes. And then moving on to the measures that we deferred from last week, SB 2628 relating to public auctions, requiring the disposition of any public lands under the jurisdiction of the Board of Ag or Department of Ag by public auction to be open to the public, requires the Board of Ag or Department of Ag to issue public advertisements by each public auction. And so on this one, excuse me, the chair's recommendation will be to pass with amendments. And that would be to add this language, a quote, so that the disposition of public lands by public auction only applies to new leases and not existing leases that are up for renegotiation, unquote. Okay, any discussion? Chair votes aye. Of the members present, are there any reservations or no votes? Seeing none, the measure passes. And then moving on to SB 2949, prohibiting the sale and distribution of sunscreen products containing ingredients not generally recognized as safe and effective as defined by the Food and Drug Administration. Okay, members, on this one, the chair's, what I'm going to do is defer this measure indefinitely due to a constitutional issue in the title of the bill, as the Attorney General pointed out. What he said was that this is the title is relating to environmental protection, but the purpose is related to protecting public health. So anyway, another problem is that with this measure, it preempts the counties, including Maui's recently enacted strong ordinance, which bans the sale, distribution, and or use of non-mineral sunscreens, which takes effect, by the way, October 1st, 2022. So instead of this measure, we'll be using SB 3001 as the sunscreen vehicle. And that'll be heard for decision-making on Monday, February 7th at 1:30 p.m. in conference rooms 224 and also video conference. And so we'll be able to address any issues that we have covered in this bill in SB 3001. Okay, and then, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you very much for your participation and have a nice weekend. Aloha, you guys.
Good weekend.